Okay, welcome back to another random Marvel review. I keep trying to say random Marvel minute review, but that's the TikTok version of this I do so people can watch it quickly, and then if they want the in-depth, they can come see this. Today we spun the wheel. Here's what we ended up getting. I'll do it on this side today, why not? It was the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi from the Shang-Chi movie. So, getting straight into it. I already have this guy posed up. There's a blog that I ended up finding. I was looking up like famous Shang-Chi poses from like the comics, the movie, like some like little cool pose I could do. And there's this blog called, I think, Toys in the Box or something. And he had like a nice write-up about this. And I guess he does a blog where he will review the figure and just write it out and whatever. I don't know how many people do it, but it was pretty nicely done, and it had like 2 likes. I was like, this deserves more love. Like, he went out of his way to make it really cool and be descriptive, and even some lines from the movie or summarizing the movie. Anyways, speaking of, really quick, the movie was great. People looked back at it and was like, and I think there was a debate on how the CGI was in the end. The whole movie for me was pretty good, with one of the only common complaints I see is having Aquafina as in it as like the Katie character or whatever. But the valet job and the friendship between them was pretty fun. I know people get annoyed by her, but like, it's not that hard to get over. I can see why people do, but she's fine in it. I actually thought she was pretty funny when I originally watched it. So to be fair, the valet job is fun. What do you call it? The fights are great. There's a bus scene, and then at the end, getting the rings from the dad Wenwu that I can't wait to review on here either, because I think the Shang-Chi movie line is actually pretty underrated. I saw SHF did a version of the figure, like in their own, from the Shang-Chi movie, and the face sculpt looked nice, but somehow, and I could be completely wrong, you can let me know about down below, the Marvel Legends face sculpt looks really good. It might kind of baby his face up just a little bit, but I think it's pretty good. He's got just slightly chubbier face, not like actually chubby, like dude is toned and like looks good, but just a little bit more. I think they kind of took away and kind of made it more muscular, and it almost seemed like a mix of the movie and comics. So it's really nice to see some good face scans out of Marvel Legends. And I think a lot of these figures went on sale pretty quick. They were close to the movie release, unlike the Black Widow one. I learned that from the Toys in the Box, because people always ask me, Corey, when did you start, collecting figures? And I always say around the Black Widow movie time, because I got the figures from that wave. No, apparently they were like a year in advance or something. So that's good to know now. I think I did start collecting around 2020, like a lot of people probably. But this line is great. When the movie came out, I went to see it with my girlfriend. I can't remember what I rated it, but one of the fun things we used to do is we'd get our movie tickets and we write like a rating and like a really mini review. Like, really like the movie, good action, good endings, just something really simple, just fun. And then we compare like our different numbers. Not like we're Anthony Fantano, but it's great. It's fun to do. And with Shang-Chi, at the start, it won me over. Like, I was like, this is a great movie, whatever. Then people come in and they hate on it. But I think it was in Phase 4, out of the Phase 4 projects, definitely one of my favorites. Like I said, great action sequences. I got to learn about Death Dealer. I had no idea who Death Dealer was. Another big part being, I almost said Wenwu. Wong against Abomination, having Abomination finally come back, and I think that was before She-Hulk too. But I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. It was just a great movie. So now let's talk about what you get with Shang-Chi. Obviously, you get these hands where he's kind of like open palm, like ready to fight. You get these two pinching hands. I think it means something, but I cannot remember what it is. But I can't tell if it's to have at the end of the spear or just to purposely have them like this. Oh wait, it'd be like this. Please tell me what it means down below. I'm pretty sure it's like thank you or something. I could be completely misreading it, and maybe it's for his fighting style. But then you also get these almost like clawing, gripping hands. Obviously, probably for the, I said spear earlier, sorry, the staff that he comes with. And I do like the detail on this. You have the shiny part in the middle. I don't know if it's supposed to be wood or a shiny metal. And then, of course, you have the grips that are not only like they look like grips, but they got the spiral around it too. Looks really nice. I'm assuming these help with putting in the hands these little nubs, but besides that, it could just be something that's supposed to be on the staff, like a little tag coming off of it. But really nice staff too. And as you can see, I'm not even going to try to get some crazy pose, but he can hold it really well, and it just makes him look so much cooler. Besides that, the only extra thing that you get is a Mr. Hyde leg for the Build-A-Figure. I'm not going to lie to you. If you like the wave, get it. If you don't already have it, this figure's been out for a minute. Besides that, I don't care for it. The character actually looks really cool, and the look for him that they did, I really like the Mr. Hyde, but the legs are so hard to put on, at least for me. that I had to do the heat trick, and even still, it doesn't feel like it's on there good. I like when something can snap on or snap in. Those can have problems too, but it's like a friction to hold it or something to leg on, and that just does not work for me. But let's get into some articulation and take a look and see if this guy actually is really nice. While I was looking up all the different accessories that he comes with, I found an eBay listing for $60. I was like, holy crap, did people finally really appreciate this wave and like go way too crazy for it? It was just one of them. The rest were like under $20 probably, because when I remember, not only did these go on sale, but I think they were in surplus. It probably ended up at Ollie's. I don't go to Ollie's that much, so I don't know. But I remember the Katie figure specifically ahead of the rest going on sale, the Aquafina character. But starting out with the head, here's about your default for reference. You get a, I'd say, oh, it's got some hair on it, my bad. You get a decent up, probably more than enough for whatever pose or look you want to do. Obviously, he's not a flying character, so you don't need anything too crazy. Then you get a really nice down, too. I also like his hair sculpt. He look like they did him well, for sure. A really great tilt. I don't know what figures, because I've said it in, I think, the last 2 videos. I don't know what Marvel Legends I got. I think there really is some that, like, barely tilt the head. But lately, whether it's the movie ones or the specific year or lines, they've been good so far. So I don't know which figure. We'll have to see eventually on the wheel what comes up. But it's been good, so I don't know what I was talking about. I know for sure it's happened. I don't know what figure, though, or if there's a trend of them. He gets about the 90-degree standard, maybe even slightly below. That's kind of sad to see. I just kind of hope for a little bit more. For all characters, I would kind of hope that he gets butterfly arms would really like help with the poses, but obviously they're not going to do that. So he doesn't have the butterfly joint, sadly. I wonder if the comics one has it. The comic Shang-Chi looks awesome. I actually want to pick that up eventually. But 90 degrees, no butterfly effect. And of course, you still do get the bicep swivel, and obviously nice and smooth there. You get double jointed elbows. These do actually have the pins. Not gonna lie, I am really surprised that he has the pins, because I know Festus from the Eternals, I don't think he did. I don't know what the difference in years is. Maybe it's 2021 and 22. I have no idea, but he does have pins. You do get a great range out of him. More than enough to, well, you just barely miss the shoulder, but very close. Then, of course, getting to the hand articulation. With Marvel Legends, I never usually worry. I think McFarlane could learn a little bit from them. I don't know if they can do the same type of hands or if there's some kind of patent or something crazy. But with Marvel Legends, you usually get a full up and down. With McFarlane, sometimes it's really hindered, so let's check it out. You get a great up, literally perfect in my opinion, and a perfect down, no problem. Like I said, these in-between movements, it does just fine. If you do high up, the peg might have to come out the littlest bit, and it helps with it. It doesn't look awkward, and it ends up looking really good. Now, getting to the chest, a good bit of Marvel Legends look exactly like this. I don't know if it's a U chest or what they call it. There's a certain term for this where it looks just like this. Because of it, with Shang-Chi specifically, you get a great back. Only thing you have to mind is that big belly coming out. And then you get a great crunch forward too. Another thing McFarlane can learn, I'm not going to lie to you though, it does make the figure look awkward. So with McFarlane, what I really like is it has like the top ab, or the top of where the abs would be if they don't have abs, and then the abs below, and you can crunch. It doesn't go far forward, but it looks a lot natural, or a lot more natural when you have it on display. With Marvel Legends, you can have a lot on display, and I don't think necessarily people will be like, oh, that's kind of ugly, but it does look a little more awkward. So then, of course, you get the twist at the waist. You don't really get tilt like McFarlane does, but you do have the twist at the waist, and then, of course, the back and forward. That's really good, by the way. Now getting to the legs, though, you get a great kick up, rated about that 90 degrees. That's like perfect for legs. Beyond that, it's probably just doing too much or extra. Now, the really crazy leg articulation, I'm only really looking for in highly acrobatic people. You could say that Shang-Chi is a very skilled fighter and will get it, but I think this is going to be more than enough for most poses where you can just kind of move the chest to get high kicks and different stuff. Unlike Spider-Man, where you want like up and over for different high kicks or like landing poses. But this is definitely more than enough. As for, I think he's going to need a chiropractor after that. As for the back, you do get a decent back, but this is not great. Like, probably more than enough for poses that you need to do, but not very impressed. Then that double jointed knee gets really great articulation, and it looks like the knee is pinless, so I don't know why the elbows were, but almost enough to kick his own butt. If I straighten out the foot, you see just how close it is. That's great. That's perfect for me. No complaints there. Maybe with the back on the leg, but besides that, perfect. As for the feet, around this era is seriously where I have a problem with Marvel Legends. The feet usually get barely any articulation, and they're hard to manipulate. So hopefully Shang-Chi's is better. Not great. The up is pretty bad. You get like a click up, if that, and it doesn't even feel like very strong. Like if I just if I just bump it a little bit, it'll come down. It is fine, but not great. At least it's easy to do, because there's some where I swear the back of the foot comes out and it's like a heel. I hate those, and they usually do it for female characters. And sometimes there's Marvel Legend female characters that I love, and they do that, and I hate it. They did it with J. Jonah too, for sure. But overall, great figure. Articulation, not blown away. Pretty standard. I'd give it like a 7. Look-wise, though, I'm actually pretty impressed with how he looks. I think the outfit looks great, just like in the movie. And the face scan is surprisingly good for how low you can get this figure for. You could probably get it off eBay, which is usually scalper's paradise, for like 20 bucks or lower, and just really nice to add to your collection. I don't know if they're going to end up doing anything else with them in the MCU. I sure hope that they do. I actually really like, what's the actor's name? I can't think of it at the moment, but he's fine. I liked him in the Barbie movie. I thought he was funny too. He was good in Shang-Chi. I hope they do keep going with him, because like a martial arts character, like we could have Daredevil too. Daredevil's awesome, but having more than one, I'm fine with it. There's certain like genres or things where it's like, one is enough. But when it comes to martial arts, I'm all for it. Like just kicking stuff's ass. Obviously, they like to do like world-ending threats, but if I could get them against something like the what were the things names that came with Thanos and the Thanos' children? Were they Death Riders? There's like some name. Imagine them going against one of those. That'd be crazy. But I do hope they keep going with him. Just a great figure. Like, no complaints. Articulation could have been maybe a little bit better, but besides that, great amount of hands, by the way. 3 pairs, more than enough. That's all I'm looking for. You get the bow staff and, of course, the Mr. Hyde piece. I can't stand when they put a figure in a wave, and it's like the best figure where it's like, yo, if I got this figure and the Build-A-Figure piece, that's awesome. And they're like, nah, you don't get a Build-A-Figure piece. It's just an extra, which usually at least it gets good accessories and different heads or hands. But anyways, I digress. Great figure. If you were thinking about picking this up, I definitely would. Just try to get a good deal on it, and then you're over the moon. Like, I think this is fine for market price, and I might have even gotten it for it. I don't remember, but very happy with this. Besides that, if you guys enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe, and do yourselves a favor. I'm giving away these 2 figures right here. You can see the Robin Tim Drake, and it's hard to see because of the glare. I apologize. But the Evil Superman Platinum McFarlane Collector's Edition, if you want it, go to TikTok. I'm not trying to milk you, I promise. It's just going to be way easier to run it from there. Go to my TikTok. I'll have it below in the link tree. All you got to do is follow at 4,000 followers, which we're at like 3,950 or something. So get in there while you can. We're going to be giving those away. Whether you like McFarlane or not, take a shot. I promise these 2 are great. Wired capes. The Robin, I was saying 3 pairs of hands is good. The Robin has 5 pairs of hands. The ones it comes with and 4 extra pairs. He doesn't have a staff. Well, hey, you can get Shang-Chi and give his staff to Robin. But anyways, and then the Christopher Reeve's Evil Superman, another 5 pairs of hands, and then you get an extra head. Just great value. So go do yourself a favor. Go follow. Go leave a comment, and we'll get this giveaway rolling. Besides that, have a great one, guys.